ElevenLabs tutorial, full demo of features, pricing, and setup. ElevenLabs is one of the most powerful AI voice and speech platforms available today. You can convert any text to realistic speech, create custom voice clones, do speech-to-text transcription, and build voice-enabled applications. Whether you're a YouTuber, podcaster, developer, or creator, you'll see all the tools here and how to use them step by step. So first of all, go to ElevenLabs on your web browser and then click on Sign Up. You can use Google, Apple, or your email to register. And once you have logged in, you will land over here. So currently we are at home right here. Below that you have voices. Now to the left over here you have your dashboard. Here you have home and then you have voices. So I want to explain a little bit about voices over here. So this over here is like a huge library of different voices. You can see there are some which are divided into different categories. You have some trending voices over here, and down below you have some weekly spotlight character voices. So there is a large collection of different kinds of voices available, and you can call it kind of a library. So that is here in the explore section. Next to it you have my voices. So the voices that you select, for example, there's this voice, and if I click on this add symbol here, you can add that voice to your voices. So that would come over here. So let's go to my voices. And over here you have a list of all of the voices that you have added into, you can say, your own little library. And these are the voices that you can use. So next to them is going to be this symbol, and it says you can use this voice. So whichever voice has this symbol next to it, you can use that voice. The voices in my voices are going to have this symbol next to them, and when you click on them you can actually use that voice. Now you can preview all of the different voices. Then you have default voices. So these are also some voices that you can use. They have that symbol next to them, and these voices, all voices available here on ElevenLabs, will have a short description describing what kind of voice it is and what the accent is going to be displayed right here. So if it's English, and if the accent is American, it'll say that. If it's British, it'll say that. And the style is also going to be written, whether if it's conversational or social media, or if it's for a narrative and story, characters and animation. So that information is going to be available about all the voices. So when you go to the voices section here, you have the explore, my voices, default voices, and collections, and they all are going to have voices in there which you can use. You can play any of these voices to really see what kind of voice it is. So if you double click here,
the stillness of contemplation, the universe whispers its secrets, waiting only for a heart that is open enough to listen.
So you can kind of preview the voices and play a little clip of them and see if that voice is suitable for whatever task that you are trying to do. So now after voices, if you go down, you have the text to speech section over here. So from here, what you're going to do is, what you can do here is that you have text, which you can convert into speech. So you're gonna put in text and then you can convert that into a speech or into audio. So we're gonna go into that in detail. You also have a voice changer where you can upload any audio and you can change that voice from the settings over here on the side. You have sound effects. So a whole library of different sound effects is over here, and you can use those sound effects. You can preview those as well. You have a voice isolator where you can put in any file, any audio file, and then you can change that according to if it's a podcast interview or if it's a YouTube tutorial or if it's a lecture recording, and you can remove background, or you can really clean up the vocals. You can have speaker only. So you can isolate a voice according to your preference. Then you have image and video, and you have some templates. So these are more of the video and image options that you have here on ElevenLabs, and you also have some templates for images. You can create a cartoon image from a photo, and you can upscale images. You can change the facial expressions, and you can move from a sketch to a realistic photo. So a lot of options there with the image and videos also. Down below in the product section, you have Studio. So you can have over here in Studio, you can start a new and blank project or make changes to an already created one by uploading that file. Over here, you can create a new audiobook, you can create a podcast, you can create a voiceover from any web page. You can generate a script from a simple prompt. You can also work on videos by adding speech to your videos, or you can clean up any noisy videos. You can use speech correction to fix any kind of mistakes, among several other things that you can do over here in the studio. So if you go down to the studio, you can work on your projects with all these different options. You also have music, again, where you have samples related to music, and you can also put in a prompt and create any kind of music as well. So you could use this for backgrounds or in the background of your videos. Then after music, you have dubbing, where you can actually dub any kind of content, or you can dub any YouTube videos, and you also have videos to learn from as well. And then after dubbing, you have the speech to text option. So before we had text to speech, and then flip that around, you have speech to text as well. This is also one of the popular features of ElevenLabs. So text to speech is the most popular, and then you have speech to text, which is also popular. It is basically used to transcribe files. So if you just click on transcribe files over here, you can just drag or upload the file here. It could be either audio or video, and then you just put in the details of what language it is, or it could just simply even detect it. And then you can tag any audio events if you want to do that, and include subtitles. So you put in the required information and upload the files, and then they will be transcribed automatically. Now after transcribe, you have audio native. Now what it does over here is it automatically voices content of a web page using ElevenLabs text-to-speech service. So using this service, you can get the voice for a web page. And then after audio native, you have productions. Over here in productions, you have all these services available, such as dub, transcript, captions, translated subtitles, and audiobook, which is coming soon. So all these services are available, which you can get by ordering human edited versions of these. So what you can do over here is you can provide your file, and then you can order a service, and then that will be done by actual humans. So for example, if you want something transcripted, you can order that, and actual humans, which is a team of professionals trained by ElevenLabs, and those people are going to transcribe your documents for you, or whatever service that you want. They can generate captions for you, translate subtitles, and get your transcript ready. And it also gives you an estimate of how many days in which this can be done. So you can get a dub in 7 days, you can get a transcript ready in 2 days, and it will all be done by humans. So that option is there in the productions section. Then you have a developer option. So if you are a developer or you want to get into the coding, this is where you can go to that place. So that was just a basic and brief overview of all the features present here on ElevenLabs. Now I'm going to go over to the popular features, or what ElevenLabs is mostly used for. And first of all, that would be text to speech. So let's see how that works. Now I have been working here already, so I have some text in here. I'm just going to remove that. All right, so this is what it's going to look like over here when you come to the workspace for text to speech. And let's just get some more space. So what you're going to do here is you're going to paste in whatever text that you want to turn into a speech, or you want to get an audio for. Now you could use that audio for any voiceover, or you could play it in the background of any video, or use that audio however you like. So what you need to do is, first of all, you need to be clear on what kind of a voice you need according to the text that you are putting in. So for example, if it is a tutorial, the text I'm going to put in is for a tutorial, then I need a voice which is really going to reflect that kind of mood and that kind of style. So The text is going to be pasted here. You're going to go to the side over here first and go to this drop down, and you're going to select a voice from there. So you have your, if you have any saved voices, those are going to be here. From here, what you're going to do is you're going to select the voice that you want to use. Now you can play these like we saw before, that you can preview these voices and you can use them after playing them and seeing which one suits best. So let me just play this voice over here.
So, hey, if you needed a sign today that things can be light and happy and completely okay.
So that was one preview of a voice. Now this voice is described as empathetic and encouraging. It is warm, human-like, and friendly. Now let's go ahead and play another voice.
Welcome to your online poetry class. We will begin with the building blocks of poetry, later diving into symbolism.
All right, so this is a young adult female with a warm voice. All right, so let's go down and see some other voices as well. You have male voices here too. Now this is a dominant and firm voice. Now, for example, if I'm doing a tutorial, I need a more warm and friendly and engaging voice. So let's just play this.
Our distrust is very expensive.
Let's play another one.
Just trust yourself, then you will know how to live.
Right, so we got a different accent over here. So this really shows that there are a lot of different accents available, and there are female voices, there are male voices, and there could be very serious voices too. There could be warm voices, there could be natural, there could be very cold and unfriendly voices as well. So you really need to go through kind of voices and preview them and decide on a good one, because choosing the voice is a very, very important part. I mean, if you've chosen the wrong voice, and no matter how much you change it, how much you edit it, you're not going to get the results that you need. So according to whatever text that you need a voice for, you need to make sure that you select the correct voice according to your text. So then just select the voice that you want to use, and then you're going to go in and you're going to paste the text. Now this is the text that I want to generate the speech for. When you are typing in the text or you're pasting it, you can generate it from ChatGPT. You can get your script from there, or however you get it, you want to go over the text in detail. Now, this is the remaining part of the work. So the first important thing is to select a correct voice which matches the text. Then you need to go over the text. The second most important thing is going over the text in detail, reading it, and putting in the punctuations where necessary. Now, we all know if we have a comma, then it means a short pause. If we have a period at the end, it means a longer pause. If the text that you want is realistic and conversational, then you need to make sure that the text is also conversational in a way that you would just naturally say all these things. So don't make it robotic. Try to use short sentences. Don't use very long sentences. Don't use robotic words or sentences in a style that would make it seem robotic. Don't use language which would seem robotic. Use casual words, and make sure the text is also matching the style that you need the audio to be in. So once you have put in the text and you've selected the voice, then what you're going to do is you can see the model over here. If you want to change that, you can go ahead and change that too. But the most expressive text-to-speech option is this one right here. Then you have the speed. You can increase the speed and you can make it slower too. I'm going to click on reset values. So this is what the default values are going to be like. So you have the speed over here. You can increase that or decrease it. You have the stability, you have similarity, and you have style exaggeration. So I'm going to generate the speech first, and then if I don't like what has been generated, then we'll go in and we'll change some of the settings. So let's just click on generate speech over here.
As we go along, you'll see how a tool like ElevenLabs can real situations, whether you're creating voiceovers for videos, tutorials, or other projects. Everything is explained slowly and clearly, so you always understand what you're doing and why you're doing it.
So that audio or speech which has been generated sounded pretty perfect to me. It really matched the kind of style that I am looking for. The text and the voice They are really going together well, and the tutorial style, which I am doing, it really matches that too. So I am happy with it, but I'm just going to show you a little bit on how these settings can help you change anything if it is not right. So speed, as you know, you can increase the speed and then the speech would be faster, or you could also decrease it to make it slower. Now the stability over here, it makes the voice consistent. So if you want it to be more consistent, you can increase that. If you want it to be less consistent, you can decrease the value. What it's going to do if the text is really long, then it is going to make the speech seem a little monotonous. So if you don't want that, you want to keep it a little low. Next, the similarity over here affects basically the overall clarity of the voice. So keeping it low can help, but if you keep it high too, that is fine. You basically need to find a good average. So you really need to change the settings and find a good balance by regenerating the speech and just going over it. So no specific settings for similarity. And then you have style exaggeration. So according to default, it is set to 0, but if you want some exaggeration, then you can increase that. But if the values are really high, then it could make it unstable. Now, this is an option that you would use for maybe characters. So if you're generating a character's voice, then you could really exaggerate the style. So overall, we have made a few changes. Let's increase the speed too. So we've increased the speed and then the similarity, and then we've added some style exaggeration. So let's regenerate the speech. Click on regenerate. You could also change the voice. Now, if you didn't get the results that you wanted and you wanted to change the voice, you could go here and change that as well. So click on regenerate speech.
As we go along, you'll see how a tool like ElevenLabs can be used in real situations. Whether you're creating voiceovers for videos, tutorials, or other projects, everything is explained slowly and clearly.
All right, so I think the style exaggeration did work. There was some tone fluctuation. There was a little more rise and fall in the speech, which makes it seem more realistic and conversational. So I'm going to keep that. And the speed, I'm just going to reduce that a little bit. And then when I'm happy with the speech, then I'm just going to go down here and click on this download button. And that way you can just download the speech and then use it however you need. So now let's go down and let's go to a speech to text. So exactly what we did, but we're going to do the opposite of that. So we're going to go up here and click on transcribe files. And then over here, I have uploaded the audio that I just downloaded from ElevenLabs. So the audio generated, we're going to give it back the audio, and then we're going to generate a transcribed file. That is, we're going to generate text from the speech. So click on upload files, and there it has been uploaded and it is being processed. And there we go, it is created. Click on that. And here we go, we have the text. It has been generated. So we entered in the speech and then we got this text. And just within seconds, the language has also been identified that it was English. We did not put that in, and then we got the text. So that was the speech to text option. So the text generated, you can simply either copy and paste that, or you can just click on export over here and you can export it in the form of a text, a PDF, or a document and download it. So that is what you have for speech to text. Now let's go over to voices over here. And up in the top right, you're going to see create or clone a voice. So click on that. So over here, you can design a voice. You can design an entirely new voice from a text prompt. You can also clone your voice with only 10 seconds of audio. So input 10 seconds of audio, and then you can create a clone for that. And then you have a professional voice clone for which you have to put in 30 minutes of clean audio, and then you can generate a very realistic digital replica of your voice. So we're just going to do a short voice cloning. So 10 seconds of audio is required over here. So I'm just going to click on record audio and I'm going to record my voice. Click on Start. ElevenLabs is one of the most powerful AI voice and speech platforms available today. You can convert any text to realistic speech, create custom voice clones. All right, so we got 16 seconds of audio, and we're just going to click on Next. So let's just go ahead and record the audio. Click Start. ElevenLabs is one of the most powerful AI voice and speech platforms available today. You can convert any text to realistic speech, create custom voice clones, do speech-to-text transcription, and build voice-enabled applications. And we've generated 18 seconds of audio. Click on Next, and then just put in a name for the voice. There's going to be a label, a value, English, and then you have a brief description. Click on Save Voice, and then here you can try out your new clone. So I'm going to click on Generate Speech, and over here in My Voices, when I type it in, we have the voice that I just created, and let's just preview it.
If effort was water, we'd all be swimming in success.
And with that, my voice has been cloned and it sounds exactly like my voice. And so after playing that, we see that my voice has been cloned and it sounds exactly like my voice. So it is a perfect clone. So after we have cloned a voice, now let's go over here again. And this time, let's design an entirely new voice. So let's click here on Voice Design. So next, you just need to put in a prompt for what kind of a voice you want to generate. So I put in a middle-aged British man, clear, calm, relaxed voice. And then click on Generate Voice. So the voices have been generated. So what's going to happen here is you're going to be given 1, 2, and 3 voice options that have been generated, and then you can select the voice that you like best. So let's play the first one.
Right then, good to see you. Just settling in with a nice cuppa, you know. Right then, good to see you. Just settling in with a nice cuppa, you know. Right then, good to see you. Just settling in with a nice cuppa, you know.
All right, so those are the 3 voices, and then you can select the one that suits you best. Then click on Select Voice, put in the name, the value, and the description, and then click on Save Voice, just like we did before. That is going to save your voice in My Voices right over here within that list that we had before. So up till now, all the voices that we have created, or the speech-to-text or text-to-speech that we have generated, was based on realistic voices and more human-like voices. Now, we're here again at the voice design, and now I'm going to choose a random prompt. Now, we're going to try and find one which is not human-like. Let's generate a voice for a character. So, for example, we have a little mouse over here, and the prompt is put in for that. So it's going to be a tiny, high-pitched female voice of a mouse with an adorable squeaky timbre. And then there is more on the prompt, and there is more description. So this is going to be a cartoon character. So let's generate the voice for that. Click on Generate, and just like that, once again, 3 different voice options have been generated, and then we can select whichever one that we like. So let me just play them.
I may be small, but my attitude is anything but. I may be small, but my attitude is anything but. I may be small, but my attitude is anything but.
So just select the voice from these 3, whichever you like best, and then put in its name and description and save that voice, and it'll be saved to My Voices over here. And then you can use that voice to generate the speech for any text that you want, just like we did for this one. So that was the voice for a character or any cartoon character that you would need for maybe a cartoon that you're creating, any animation, if you need to dub it for any cartoon character, so you could use that. So now let's just go over the ElevenLabs pricing plans. ElevenLabs uses a credit-based system, and every time you generate speech, it counts towards your monthly credit allowance. So first of all, over here, you have the free plan. It gives you limited monthly credits, access to text-to-speech, and basic features. Perfect if you just want to try ElevenLabs and understand how it works. Then you have the starter plan, which is $5 a month, and this plan is ideal for small creators. You get more credits, you get commercial usage rights, and access to instant voice cloning. This is good for YouTube videos, short narrations, and social media content. Then you have the $11 a month creator plan. Now, this creator plan is for serious content creators. You can get a much higher credit limit with this one, and you also have a professional voice cloning and better audio quality. So this is best for regular uploads, podcasts, and long form content. With the Pro plan, this plan is designed for advanced users. It includes a very high monthly credits and priority access to features. It is suitable for studios, agencies, and heavy usage. Now, if you go down, there are some other plans as well. You have the scale and business and enterprise plans. So these are enterprise level plans. They offer massive credit limits, team access, and custom solutions. This is best for companies, platforms, or large production teams. So I do always recommend to start with the free plan and experience the platform for yourself, and then decide on what plan you should go for. So with that, you would have observed how powerful ElevenLabs is, how beginner-friendly and flexible it is, whether you're creating voiceovers or creating voices or cloning voices. So with that, you would have observed that ElevenLabs is powerful, beginner-friendly, and very flexible. And you can get a lot done even with the free plan.